Yeah, greetings, and welcome to my today's edition, Sunday Sunday evening edition. So, you know that I shoot videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday, but unfortunately, I'm going to be very busy on a Monday, so I'll not have no time. So, rather, I'm a little bit free, and I said, let me shoot this video ASAP. So, my video title is The African Matriarch role in the role of black women in Africa and the diaspora. I know this topic is going to be a very interesting topic. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this matriarch topic, and the reason why I'm talking about this topic particularly, I'll be honest with you, it has to do with the feminism agenda that have spread from the Western world to Africa. Now, you have to understand this, that women, okay, let me see. It's an African-based content, but let me just make this, let me expand this a little bit, and then I can come to the African women in particular. So let me say this. Women have to understand this gospel truth that in society, there's a role where a man has his position, and there's a society where a woman also has his place. Now, this is a gospel truth. There's nothing like masculine woman, and there's nothing like feminine man. It's either you're a man or woman. Naturally, how you were created, that's your nature. A man who was created a male already have masculine nature in them. A female who was created a woman has feminine, she's a feminized woman already. Now, because of trauma and because of what society have put into some people, now some women who are better want to call themselves masculine men. They want to act like men. They want to be bossy and all that. And some also men who have been, demasculinized. Hear this English word, demasculinized. They have not been brought up to be what a real man is. Now they are feminized. Now they are acting more girly, and that's how some of them come with this, excuse me to say, nonsense mentality that I'm a man in a woman's body. I'm a woman is a man's body. No, you are not. You are what nature made you to be. Nature made you a man, nature made you a woman. Case closed. So whatever the strange teachings that some of you have been practicing it, that's not what God or nature made it to be. You are what you are created to be. Listen, whatever that was given to you naturally, you can't make an artificial out of it. That's the gospel truth. You can argue and rant however you want. And listen, you can try to argue and disagree and say your mind. But when it comes to the truth, you can't pick and choose what you want. Truth is the truth. So today's video is titled The African Matriarchy, the role of the black woman in Africa and the diaspora. And I have something interesting I want to talk. First of all, I wrote everything down that I need to talk about in this video. So you know that I have information you are going to digest in here. But first and foremost, welcome to my YouTube channel. And please don't just come and watch the video and just disappear. Please subscribe to the channel and share the video, please. Do that, and let's spread the message of truth to our African sisters, our black mothers, our black sisters, wherever they are. So let us go into details. So I want to recommend some books. And these books, I'm challenging the so-called black or African woman who identify as a feminist, that men, black men or African men, never hate you. It is just we live in a society where people have been brainwashed. We have a mindset which is colonized mindset that we are enemies. We are never enemies. A black woman can never be a black man's enemy, and a black man can never be a black woman's enemy, because we come from each other. If our daddy if our mama were not intimate with each other, none of us could have existed. We came through the womb of the black woman. So is some of us came through the seed of a black man. So this is the gospel truth. A black man and a black woman are never enemies. We are all created uniquely by God, the Most High. We are all created uniquely, by God. And when it comes to nature-wise, we were created for a purpose. There's a reason why the Most High created a black man and a black woman for a reason. So there's a reason why we are together in this. So books I'm going to recommend on matriarchy in Africa. Check out these books. Matriarchy and Power in Africa by David Ohuru-Yam. So his last name, please, if you are from his country, I know it's a Nigerian son last name, and I find it difficult to pronounce it. So I'm going to spell it out. You can correct me with the spelling. So you spell Uruyam, and his first name is David. He wrote David Ohuru-Yam. He wrote this book, Matriachy and Power in Africa. Second book I recommend, Mamuna, the Pregnant Virgin and the Rebirth of Africa by Dr. Aquarius Addy. And this is a very powerful book. Third book, The Rebirth and Return of Matriarchy and Healing from Toxic Patriarchy by Marvin Ellis. And also the last book by Chigozie, it's spelled, I say Igbo sounding name, so it's spelled Chigozie, it's spelled Chi, it's spelled Chigozie, and the last name is Mbaduga. So Chigozie Mbaduga. She wrote a book that is related to matriarchy, an African woman. He said, I should have been enough. This is very powerful books you guys need to look to. Now let us go into details about today's topic. Now when we talk about matriarchy and patriarchy, so this first video is about patriarchy. This first video is about matriarch. Second video is about patriarchy. We will come to the male version. Now let us focus about the woman and the female or the queen. So let us focus on that. But first and foremost, I want us quote this inspiration verse from the Holy Scripts and Songs of Solomon 1 verse 5 to 15. I know many African black women don't know this verse, and I told you that it's good to seek knowledge in whatever you do. So Songs of Solomon 1 verse 5 to 15. So Songs of Solomon 1 verse 5 and 15. So let's start from the chapter 5, Songs of Solomon. So Songs of Solomon 1, let's start from the verse 5. It says, how they adore you. I am dark but beautiful. O women of Jerusalem, dark as the tents of Kedar, dark as the curtains of Solomon's tent. 6. Don't stare at me because I am dark. The sun has darkened my skin. Now let's go to 15. How beautiful you are, my darling. How beautiful. Your eyes are like doves. And then let's move from Songs of Solomon 4, from 1 to 2. You are beautiful, my darling. Beautiful beyond words. Your eyes are like doves. Behind your veil, your hair falls in waves, like a flock of goats windling down the slopes of Gilead. Your teeth are white as sheep. Your smile is flawless. So, and then let's jump to 4 and the 4. Your neck is beautiful as the Tower of David, jeweled with a shield of 1,000 heroes. So, how can you say that you are hated as a black woman or as an African woman? It says here, Songs of Solomon 1, verse 5, it says here, I am dark but beautiful. So black woman, African woman who say that they are dark skinned and they are not beautiful, be transformed by the renewing of the mind. It says here, I am dark, not only dark, I am dark but beautiful. So let this truth resonate in your mind that African woman, empower yourself with gospel truth that you are dark, you are beautiful. Listen, this color, this skin color is not evil. It's a badge of honor from the Most High. If black was something bad, then the Most High have made you something else. This is not to look down upon other ethnicity, but this message is for my community, and I want to tell you that you are made dark skin, black for a reason. Love yourself. The Creator is not stupid to make you a dark skin or a black person. You are made black person for a reason. And all the Creator's creation is beauty. So is the black race, or the black person, the black man, black woman, beautiful in the sight of the Most High. Let this truth resonate with you. Now you have to understand that feminism that have been embraced in Africa is toxic, narcissistic, it's damaging and chaos in African society. Now let me tell you this. Feminism have lost its value. Okay, now people have to understand that feminism started as women empowerment. It was not about competition with men or to belittle men or to tell men they are good for nothing. Now, this how extreme feminism have become now. Now they've been brainwashed that, oh, men are nothing. Some women, like, I'll tell you, there's a lot of pages on TikTok and other platforms that you see women who are, so sad. They are better brainwashed and spewing garbage online, demonizing men. Like men are monsters, men are bad people. Listen, in life, you won't have everything 100%. There are some men, excuse me to say, they are disgusting to see. So are some women too, they are disgusting to see. Disgusting in what way? Their behavior, they have an evil, toxic behavior. That is not appealing. That's what I mean. But you have to understand this, that, please, African women, black women, I won't lie to you. I am a brother who spread positivity among every black community. But as your little kin or your little brother, I will tell this to you that you need to heal. You don't have to carry this bitterness and this pain and, give that energy to every man who comes to your life. Because it's not every black man who is toxic or who drain women and treat women like they are nothing. It's not all of us who mistreat women. Listen, me per se, the way I grew up and the way I was raised, I will never come online and curse a woman or insult a woman or dehumanize a woman or to talk nasty about a woman or because of her nasty behavior or something. No. I have respect for women. Am I perfect? No. Do women do things that is disgusting and is irritating? Yes, they do. But I'll never use this mouth to demonize women. It's not healthy. Same with black men. Don't use your mouth to demonize black women. Listen, we all need healing. Listen, as for the black community and African community, I won't lie to you. We need a deep healing. And I'll tell you that we being brainwashed and programmed to think a certain way that have contributed to the trauma. We need healing in our community. I won't lie to you. Let's go into this. Now, the stream of feminism inspired by Western mindsets. I'll tell you this. Is the Western world a bad place? Listen, to somewhat, a lot of negative influences, I'm not going to lie to you. Everybody, even including Western people, know is that a lot of idea and extremists that women around the world, not only Africa, have learned from the Western world. It is negative, it's not healthy. Many things the African woman who calls herself African feminist woman have learned from the Western world mentalities that, one, I'm a woman, I don't need a man, I'm a strong woman. Listen, nobody's denying the fact that you are not a strong woman. You are a strong woman because what you are being through is not every woman who can stand up to be in that position, to stand strong through the pain, trauma, and everything. Like, I applaud you all, but you should not use that energy to look down upon men, to say every man are, this are like that. Every man is, good for nothing, or you belittle them. No, you need healing. Some of you have made it hard for good black men, good African men to even approach you or want to make you their queen or want to marry you. Some of you, because of this feminism, colonized behavior, which is toxic, narcissistic, unhealthy behavior I've learned from an extreme Western negative practice in channels here in Africa. That's the reason why some African men, or let's see, in the diaspora, this is not only an African problem. Look at even the African diaspora. Look at the African American diaspora community. Some African Americans are turning away from black women, all because of this feminism BS they learn from the Western world. Even in Brazil, same thing. Some people will say, oh, black women are nasty, they are wild, they are this, they are that, they are this. Listen, it's all negative assumption. It's all negative statement that you say to black women to kill their spirits. Listen, instead of you to say negative things to a woman who can be your wife, your sister, your mother, your grandma, why don't you say words of positivity and healing to the black woman? That we understand your pain, but you need to heal. Listen, we all are carrying baggages. Am I perfect? No. Let me share you my story. Many people of you don't know my story. Like when it comes with my family stuff, I don't want to talk much about it. But I've had many forms of trauma. That has to do with my father's side of the family. I'm not proud. This story is not something I want to say, but in all stuff, I want to inspire many of you. I'm not going to mention my father's name, but I'm just going to say my biological father. So my biological father, unfortunately, he wasn't there. The love I need to be a man, to grow up, to think like a man, to function like a man, to be a man, to grow up to be a good man, to be a faithful man, to be a strong man, to love a sister, to cherish a sister. I didn't know all this. But you know one thing I'll tell you, that's not an excuse. If you don't know something, you learn. My exposure around different men in leadership, different masculine men, different men who have the father figure I've set under their feet. I've learned how to be a masculine man. I've learned how to learn certain things to be a man. And I'm not married, but when I'm married someday, I know what it means to be a father and all that stuff, because I've set under men who are father figures, who have shaped me, who have given me wisdom to be a father, both physical wisdom, spiritual wisdom, and intellectual wisdom. When it comes with how a man should be, spiritual wisdom, which are godly, healthy wisdom, that when I get married and when I have a family, I know how to, give all this. I'm not judging anybody who doesn't have these qualities, but that's why I always tell you, do not carry your load in life alone. We have everything. We have the spiritual aspects. So when it comes to the spiritual aspects, that's why you need to have a relationship or, a covenant with the Most High. That's one. Two, spiritual aspects. That's why you need to take your spiritual life very serious. And apart from that too, that's why you need therapy. Like the African black community have this negative mindset about therapy, that therapy is for the weak. When you go to therapy, it means you have mental issues or you're a dummy. No, that's all negative mindset. Therapy is a form of healing. It's mental healing. If you ask me what therapy is, this is my simple language I can tell you. Therapy is mental healing. It doesn't mean you are cuckoo or you have deeply mental. No. Mental healing. Listen, when you talk about mental health, it's not that you have mental issues or you are crazy. No. Let me tell you, let me change your mindset about mental health stigma. Sometimes it's just your mind. There's a lot in your mind that when you don't do something productive, you might be losing your mind. It doesn't mean you are crazy or you need to be locked up or disciplined. No. Sometimes the human being mindset. Sometimes we don't have control of our mind, but sometimes we do. Sometimes we have to have self-control of our mind. We have to bring every thought captive. Sometimes to our thoughts is unbearable. There's nothing you can do about it. It's either rely on people who are trustworthy to help us cope with our mindsets, or we have to seek spiritual support. Another one, when it comes to the mental health issue, we go to therapists. Like I said, we need all this. We need the spiritual aspect. We need therapy. Like, therapy doesn't make you weak or doesn't make you dummy or a nobody. Therapy is a form of mental healing. We need therapy. The black woman needs therapy. The black man needs therapy. And what do I mean we need therapy? We need a therapy because look at the state of our community right now. Our community is damaged. The African community is damaged. The black community is damaged. All because we are not healed. We rather send in negative, toxic, narcissistic. Now nobody wants to stick with us no more. We all want to go to a different community. And then everybody doesn't have the love for their community anymore. Everybody's living like they don't have a family, they don't have a community. Everybody's living their life. And it's not a good way. We are Africans, we are black people. We are one people, we should be family. We should stick to each other, we should love on one another. Okay? So let us talk about this. Matriarchy among the African people. Now, you all know that I've told you several times. The name is Reggie Kwabena, Deschamps Mills. And I told you that I am a Ghanaian Leonean. So let me chip in this a little bit. In Ghana, we have a group of people called the Akan people. And the Akan people can be located or found in Ghana and Ivory Coast of West Africa. Now, in the Akan culture or tradition, matriarchy plays a big role. We have matrilineal inheritance. We will recognize matriarchy power in the Akan society. That's why we reverence and have respect for women in Akan culture. Women have a higher position in the Akan culture. In Akan culture, we have women that we also seek counsel from. We call them Abrewatia. Now, every Akan knows Abrewatia is a woman full of wisdom who guide you to, who guide you to the right paths. That's what Akan people are. Akan people, we reverence women. We have respect for women. Not if you put Akan women aside, in the African culture, even though some tribes and some societies might be patriarch, they still have reverence for women. They still have respect for women. That's why sometimes some decision is not only the men can make. That's why we recognize women. And if you look at African marriage, even though there's a negative aspect to it, let's focus on the positive side of our African marriage. Now, if you look at African marriage, the positive side, a man who loves his wife will never make a decision without involving their wife. When a man knows that he needs wisdom, he doesn't look down upon his wife. He reaches out to his wife for wisdom. Same when a woman needs wisdom to do things, he seeks the husband's advice. That's a positive side about the African marriage. I don't want to talk about the negative one. Now, apart from the Akan people, we have a group of people in Nigeria who also practice matriarchy, and they are known as the Bako people of Niger Delta in Nigeria. So Niger Delta is a state in Nigeria. These people are known as the Bakor. Now these Bakor people don't know much about it. And in the past, on my old Facebook, I had a sister from the Bakor ethnic group, and her name is Sister Wumi Hittin. So by chance she's watching, sister, big up to you. And please try to stream Sister Wumi Hittin's song. It's called One Country. It talks about African people uniting and we become one people. Wumi Officials on YouTube. Wumi Official. WOMI. Wumi Official on YouTube. One Africa. And the song goes like, one country, Asabi, one country. It talks about our Africans who are coming together. Now you have the Bakor people of Nigeria. The Bakor also embrace Matriachy. Now you have also the Sere, which is spelled S-E-R-E-R. S-E-R-E. It's spelled S-E-R-E-R. The Sere people of Senegal, Gambia, Mauritania, they practice Matriachy. You have the Yao and Sena people. Sena spelled S-E-N-A. The Yao spelled Y-A-O. You can find some of them in Malawi, Tanzania. They also practice Matriachy. So you have to understand that the women always have a special place in African society. And please disregard or ignore any negative narration that tells you that Africans don't respect women. African society look down upon women. Is African society perfect? No. Do people look down upon women? Some, but it's not everybody who look down upon women. So please, let us renew our mind. The African woman, the black woman have a special place in the African society. Same in the African diaspora. The African diaspora and the African American community, women have a special place. If you look in the African American community, you have Harriet Tubman. You have many women who stand up for black people. Sojourner Truth. We had a lot of them. We have Phyllis Whitley. She did a lot. There are a lot of them that I can mention in. So when it comes to Africa, among the people of Angola, we have Queen Nzenga of the Mbundu Kingdom. She did a lot. You have in the Ashanti Kingdom, you have Yasantua. Among the Ewe people, you have Mama Yakagbe. In Guinea, you have Indati Nyala, who also was a woman figure. When it comes to it, shows you that matriarchy power can be used for good influence in Africa. You have Apwoka Kariani among the Frafra people in northern Ghana. She also matriarchy as well. Even though the Frafra people don't have matriarchy as a culture, she also have this matriarch traits that she used to help the Frafra people. So, if I'm going to talk about matriarchy, it have always been in Africa. Feminism have been in Africa, but the African version of feminism is empowering women to be great women, to be a blessing to the African society, to uplift women, that women also has a voice in the African society, can do something great. But the feminism that the African woman is learning or practicing this modern day is a Western form of feminism that is toxic, that is killing the African black woman's mindset and making them think that men are their enemies and they're creating many enemies among men and saying that we don't need men around. Please, African woman, black woman, you need men. You need men. You need men around. Do not say this. Listen, do not use pain and trauma to speak like this. You need African black man. African black man, you need African black woman. African American man, you need an African American woman. African man, you need an African woman. Same everywhere among the black community worldwide. You need a sister, you need a brother around. Listen, we were all created together. So why do we separate from each other? Let us love ourselves. Other communities love themselves. Let us love ourselves, please. Let us have a positive mindset. Listen, let's forgive ourselves. Yes, black men did you dirty. Black men hurt you. Forgive, heal. Same as black men, you might say, oh, The black woman did me this. The black woman caused me pain. Forgive, heal. I won't lie to you. No other will love you more than your own kind. Let's love ourselves. Love your neighbor as yourself. Let us love ourselves, please. All this necessary banter, all this necessary bitter drama, bitter toxic vibe, coming online to degrade women, degrading men, and is pathetic, disgusting. Please, if we are in pain, let us channel our pain let us channel our pain to healing purpose. Let us weaponize it for healing vibe. Let us heal. We don't need this toxicity. Because of this toxic vibe, that's why African black young men, when they make it, they don't want to come to their community to marry a sister. And when a sister also makes it, they don't want to come and marry a brother. You can talk this too in the African American community. Many of them are successful, but they don't want a sister. And they don't want to marry a brother. They all go outside. And then we are not marrying our own kind. When it comes with building a family, living, inheritance, which community does it go to? Our community is dead. We don't have any inheritance to leave for our next generation. The next generation of the next black men and black women who give birth to, what are they going to inherit? So please let us invest in our community. Let us heal. I cannot make this message I cannot say this message any better than talk about positive aspects and talk about healing. So my name is Reggie Kwabena Deschamps. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel, share this video. Let us heal. Healing is necessary. Let us love one another. Let us forgive each other, please. And to all, I want to say this, to all African men and African brothers, I love you as my brother. Stay strong. African women, African sisters, African mothers, African aunties. Apart from that, black women in general, wherever you're from, whether you're from America, whether you're from Brazil, wherever, I love you all as a sister, a mother, an auntie, a grandma, whatever you might be to me. I love you. Apart from that, I love you as a human being in general. I don't look at barriers. No matter where you're from in Africa, I love you. Let us unite. Let's come together, African people. Let us also unite with our African diaspora people as well. Now, I'm not going to end this message without saying something that you find interesting. We should turn things around in our communities. We should have our own independence, having our own healthcare, media that speaks about our voice, growing our own food. And then I'm going to end my video. Keep our children and communities safe in African America as whole. Reparations paid with interest. We should know our wealth. Then the pushing of the African Aliyah. Why do I call this African Aliyah? Aliyah in Israel means pathways to citizenship for Jewish Israeli descendants who were exodulated or, exiled during the genocide of the Jews and they spread over Europe. So the African Aliyah what I call the African Aliyah or Aliyah, pathways to citizenship for every African diaspora, which is due to via transatlantic slave trade. So those who are taken during the slave trade, I'm spreading this message that we demand and we need a petition for the African Aliyah, where every African diaspora can get an African citizenship, can come to Africa, live, invest, do whatever that is beneficial for the African continent, and also have their own communities to build in Africa, because their voice is needed and we need it. Apart from that too, we know that slavery was something that was traumatizing, and as an African brother in America here, I share hearts with you. As a Ghanaian Leonean brother, I share hearts with you. And I have never seen the black community in America worldwide as an outsider. I see you all as my brothers and sisters who were separated during slavery. And I recognize you as my own kind. You look like me. You might lose your culture or language due to slavery, but we are all one people. Let us love ourselves. Like I said, whatever I say here, I mean it from the depth of my heart. And it's not that I'm saying this to make you feel good. I'm telling you reality, that I understand your struggles. In high school, I faced what it means to be discriminated, which people always throw in the racial card to make me understand that I'm a black person, and apart from that, I'm an African person, and I have no voice here in America, and I don't belong here. And many times they make me trying to feel that I'm no better, but I have to continue to, embrace myself with this gospel truth that me being black and African is not something bad, it's beautiful. That I can live here in America and still be proud of my identity. And apart from that too, be a blessing and speak message of healing among black community here and also in Africa. I end my video here. Africa unity is our priority. Black unity worldwide is our priority as well. Let us unite or we perish. Peace.